Hey, Walden students, it's Ms. Folsman Media Center. Today we're going to talk about how to use images correctly. So I know a lot of times you guys need images for research projects, for videos, for presentations, maybe for social media posts, and you just kind of go online, go to Google, and grab any image that you find. Well, that's not exactly what we want you to do. It's actually considered stealing to go in and to copy and paste images that we find online. Now, I know a lot of you guys are aware of a little law called fair use, which allows us as educators or students to be able to use images or other copyrighted materials for educational purposes. You guys are 100% correct. It is allowable to be able to use copyrighted things for educational purposes. However, if you post anything, like you guys are doing this amazing museum project, if you take a picture of that and it includes copyrighted images and then you post that somewhere or your parents post it somewhere, it is no longer within our school walls. It's no longer within our classroom. And that's not really allowed. So I think it's easier for us just to use images that are already free to use. So we're going to take a look at how to find those today and then also how to cite those properly. Okay. So there's this thing called the Creative Commons, and it's an organization that set it up for people to share their creative work. And basically, people who create an image or an illustration, they can give it a license that allows other people to use their work without having to ask permission. So anything that you find in the Creative Commons is allowed to be reused without asking that person's permission to use their photographs or their images. Okay, so this is just a good way to protect yourself. If you find something that is in the Creative Commons, you still need to tell who published it. You still need to give credit to the source, but it's allowed to be used even outside of education. Okay, so how do we find these? Well, there's actually quite a few websites like StockSnap or Good Free Photos, Photos for Class, or Flickr Commons. These all host images that are found in the Creative Commons. I know most of us search on Google though. So I'm going to show you real quickly how to make sure that when we search on Google that we're only finding images in the Creative Commons. So you just enter a search term like you normally would, and then click on the images button. Then the next step is over here on the far right-hand side is a tools button. You'll select that, and then it'll open up these little drop-down menus, and under usage rights, you're going to click and select Creative Commons. At this point, you guys are going to realize that your search results are going to change dramatically. So we're filtering out all of those other images that people have put on Google but have not given permission to use. So hopefully you're going to be able to find something in the Creative Commons for your project. Okay, then you would just select the image you want to use. It'll take you to the website where it's stored, and there's going to be this handy dandy little download button that'll allow you to download the image. All right, now the difficult part is actually making sure that we give proper attribution, which just means credit, that we're citing it correctly. This is where it gets a little tricky. So last week we learned about MyBib and the extension. This time we're going to have to go directly to the MyBib website because we're no longer just citing an individual website, we're citing an image. So we're going to go to MyBib, we're going to select Add Citation, and then we're going to select Image. Okay, and I'm going to take you through this process right now to make sure we're all aware of it. So I'm going to do a search for Mikhail Greta Thunberg. I'm going to click on Images, and then I'm going to click this Tools button and the usage rights. So you can see I have a lot of images to pick from right now. Now I'm going to narrow it to the Creative Commons. Okay, so let's say I'm going to select this photo right here. Go ahead and open the original website. Here's my download button. And then typically underneath the photo is going to give you all of the information about who published it, when it was published, what the title of the photograph is, everything you need to create the citation. Okay, so in a new window, I'm going to go to MyBib. Remember, we cannot use the extension. We have to go to MyBib. And I'm going to click Add Citation. And then here's all your different options of different citations. I'm going to click More. if you guys are doing a web citation, you know how to do that already. But if you are doing something different, like let's say you do a personal interview with somebody, or you're doing a book, then you can actually fill in all the information on here. Today we're selecting image because that's what we're doing. We're going to look for the copyright holder or the artist name. We're going to look for the title of the image, the date it was published, the containers, the website name, and then the website address. So we've got quite a few things to fill in here. So underneath the picture is where we're going to find all this information. So the author is listed as European Parliament. That's not one person's name, but it's still like who owns the copyright. So we're going to go ahead and put that in there. The title or description could be quite lengthy. So as you can see, there's a whole description of this photograph, but we're just going to use kind of the title that's up here. It's a little bit like the title of an article or the title, it's just the title of the image. I'm going to paste that in. The date published, I did see that right here, March 4th, 2020. So I'm going to fill this in. 304. The container is the website name. So this is, remember last week we talked about how to find the website name. Here's the logo up here, Wikimedia Commons. And then the URL is the website address. So we're just going to copy this. And the date you found it is today. So you just click today. All right, then you can copy this, or you can save it to your list of resources. So I'm just going to save it, and it's going to add it to my list of resources down here, and then I could copy it if I want to put it into my notes page. Okay, so it does take a little bit of time to cite it, just so you're aware. Let's take a look at this one really quickly. This is a Flickr site. Here again, here's the photograph. Right away, I see it was taken on October 11th. So if I was filling this in, once again, add citation, go to more, image. I'm just going to do another example if you want to see it real fast. So it's 2019, 10, 11. Okay, underneath the photo is who created it. So here's the title of the photograph. And then here's the author's name right there, Andy Bosselman. You can copy and paste this to make sure it's correct, or you can just type it in however you prefer. And then the container, remember that's the name of the website. It's up here, it's Flickr. And then we also need the website address. Quite long. Okay, so it took me a few minutes to get this. The good thing about most of the images that you are going to find in Creative Commons is everything is pretty much included on there, because whoever is giving permission to use these photographs, they want credit. They want you to know their name. They want you to know when it was taken, what the title of the photograph is. So most of the information should be very accessible to find it. All right, guys, it's your turn to practice finding 2 copyright-free images, so Creative Commons images on Google, or you can use some free image websites that I have listed on the Media Center site. Then you're going to save the image to a Google slide and create a citation using MyBib. So I just kind of showed you how to do that. Here's a couple more examples, reminders. You go to MyBib, you click Add Citation, you select Image. Your citation is going to look like this. Remember, here's how to find everything. Look underneath the image to find the date, the author, the title, the container. And then you're going to create it in MyBib. You're going to download the image, put it into the slide, and then copy and paste the citation underneath it. So there's 2 blank slides for you guys to share your images. All right. As always, please message me on Teams, or you can email me if you have questions or need help. I am here and available, and I will get back to you as soon as I can.